Watch a boring video, click out now. Because this is going to be so boring. My hair is back in this bun. That lets you know I've been working hard, girl. And I intend to keep working hard. I want to actually do my hair. Well, back in the old days when I was young and energetic, I could get off work and do my hair no problem. Or do other things, but I was not working nearly as hard or as so many hours as I'm currently working. So I have to forgive myself for that. I don't want you guys to see my messy counters back there. How y'all know? See, I feel so centered now. But how do you know if you like someone? Like, is it just a feeling? Is it things you have to do? It was so funny. I was walking through the grocery store today, and I think it's Anita Baker that sings that song, I love you just because I do. Like, I love you. It's like, I am not a singer. Don't even get me started. But just because I do, I love you. Like, there's like no reason. You just do. I think that's so childish and so immature. I'm being such a hypocrite about that. Ooh, girl, I need to slide down because y'all seeing a little bit too much of me in a bad angle right now. But I'm going to stay in this bad angle because, yeah, that's what's on my mind right now is how do you know you like somebody? And, what are you supposed to do about that? Are you supposed to just like let time like tick away? Are you supposed to address it? When do you address it? I think what's on my mind is that like after my last year's relationship, which that last year's relationship was like 3 years ago, I have dated people, even kind of like dated the same person for like 3 years almost, you know. But it was different because I don't know, I just always felt really walled in, and I still feel walled in. This is my therapy position. Laying back on my couch, I still feel really walled in, but it's like when you meet somebody and they're like that little ivy leaf that climbs up your wall, you know, and you start thinking about them and they start getting in like a fungus or a mold or something. Like you don't know if you want them in or not, but they just keep growing on you and growing on you and growing on you. And yeah, I'm not one of those psycho women who have like this biological clock that's ticking. A lot of people say that the biological clock starts ticking around, you know, my age, the early 30s. Now, there is some type of clock going on that's like, girl, if this person wants kids, that's the kind of conversation that you're going to have. You know, like, I don't know if that's possible for me. I don't know, you know, if I would want to wait a long time. Like, I can definitely go a whole lifetime without having kids without a problem. But I would hate to meet someone who really wanted to have kids and wait and wait and wait, knowing. And I know people have kids at later ages and things now, but I'm really paranoid. I don't want to be negative, but I am paranoid about like autism and Down syndrome and things like that as you get older, because that is a fact that those kind of birth defects do increase as you get older. Also, just the energy level that it would take to have a kid. Girl, I thought about that today. Because see, I always thought that if that was ever on the table, I'd be like, as soon as the test says yes, I quit. But sometimes, like when you look at the reality of life, like, would you really quit? Like, would you want to have your own money? Would you want to have your own health insurance guaranteed? Like Rihanna says, nothing is promised. So it's just so much that goes into liking someone as you get older. Like, I really do feel like my next stop is 40. You know what I mean? So it's like in the past, I would like play games with it. And I just like kind of like let time like tick away. Like, whatever, no big deal. We could just hang out. We could just chill out. But now, like, I almost want to have one of those kind of conversations. Like, well, where do you see this going? You know? I don't know. That's kind of on my mind, as what growth is on my mind in all categories. I told you guys, my sister is reading The Secret, so she's on all this positive language and stuff. And so, like, somebody else put in notice or whatever. I have to be so careful about what I say. So it's so many people like leaving. Like I don't even know how many leave this year. Like I don't know. I don't want to be like exaggerating, but at least 5 or 6. That's a lot when you come from like a stable company or whatever. It's something I really do like about my job is job stability. You don't have to worry about getting laid off. I'm like so afraid of changing industries and or changing locations and having that fear of getting laid off, because things like that are possible, especially if you're looking for more and more money. I hear that a lot. Like people get these great paying jobs and these great packages, and then 3 to 6 months later or a year later or something like that, like they don't stay long. So I'm just rambling to you guys. How's your day going? Nothing much going on here. When you see my hair pull back, this girl is not up for any games. Oh God! Like I freaking worked so hard today. Like it was like 7 o'clock, and I was at the fax machine, and the fax machine kept rejecting. Whoo, girl! And I had to go to the bathroom because I recognized TMI that I had not gone to the bathroom all day long. I need to really just like drink water. My water intake is down right now. I want to go work out. It's kind of late, but sometimes, a lot of times I do work out late, like 10:30 or 11 o'clock at night, because I don't know. It kind of helps me get to sleep. Yeah. I don't know. I think it's important to entertain new people. That's like on the Maxwell or Nightingale. One of the first people who did like motivational or self-help ideas. It's like you got to be able to entertain new people, new places, and new ideas. I want to say that's the 3. Because when you're able to entertain those things, it can open your mind up to so much more opportunity. And a lot of times after we are hurt or when we have just been through in life, you don't want to open yourself up, But just by entertaining new people, it puts new ideas into your head. Sometimes that's good, sometimes that's bad. I think right now for me it's a good thing because I get to see more close up how somebody else is living and how they are pushing themselves forward, and how busy and how driven and how motivated and how inspired they really are. And it was like, oh, I kind of thought I was, but I'm not really. I'm like leaps and bounds like behind. I'm not comparing myself. I think it's more like a motivational thing to say, you can do so much more. And then it also helps because when you get to know new people, they can pick up on things in your personality and your mood that you may not have been able to easily see, or they can like call you out on your stuff. Like, and I'm like, I told you that. Like, I completely forgot that I even said that to you or even had that conversation with you. Like, oh yeah, you did, and you didn't even do anything about it. And that helps to keep you accountable, And I definitely do like that. I think that has been lacking in my life for so long because I am like such an introvert and I do work so hard. The only person that keeps me accountable is me. But sometimes you can be working hard on a hamster wheel, and that's not negativity or anything like that. And I think this whole year I've been trying to step off of that hamster wheel. Like I think I was trying to like slow it down, but now I recognize I'm trying to like step off of it to really find a clear path. Is that too deep for y'all? Like women can relate, men can relate, like adults can relate. You have so much to do in a day, so many chores, so much routine to do. And it's like, was anything important really accomplished? Like, yeah, there's like all this hoopla and all this excitement, but is it really adding any value? Is it really important? And a lot of people do have value in their day, People have value in their careers and they figure out what they're doing. It's like really rewarding. Like I'm following like this cop on Instagram. Girl. You can just tell that he finds what he's doing for a living very rewarding and is very motivated and inspired by that. And I think motivated and inspired is something that has got to be re-energized and re-infused into your life. Like sometimes I'm on a high motivational thing and sometimes it dips and I'm like, ooh, I gotta pick myself back up. Like why is it dipping back down? What is important to me at this point in time in my life for saying that gives the thrills, you know what I mean? Like that makes you feel like that it's all worthwhile at the end of the day. And it does change. It really does change. And I don't feel bad for changing. Like sometimes certain people will make you feel like, oh, you should just stay the same. And what happened to me is that I stay the same, and I feel like that I just closed my eyes like this, and I looked up, and everything around me had changed. Like, people have moved on, changed careers, had babies, bought houses, cars. You know, it's just crazy. Like I feel like that I stay the same because I needed that stability, but then to see everything change around me is still a little bit, you know, unstable and shaky, and I hate to be like so old fashioned. Like that is something that is really old fashioned about me, besides the fact that I'm wearing this librarian bun. That's something that's really old fashioned about me is the crave of stability, you know? The crave. I do crave stability, but I also crave freedom. There's a lot that I can say right now. Like, I kind of do desire to have my own business. Not kind of, let me put out there in the universe. I do desire to have my own business one day, but I don't mind taking it slow. I would not want to go out there with a whole bunch of financial baggage. Like, financial baggage to me it becomes such a burden because it's something that's always like lingering over your shoulder. And people do start businesses with a whole bunch of loans and credit cards and, you know, shady dealings and different things. And I'm not talking about any one person, I'm just saying in general. People, anybody can go out there as long as you work on your credit and get yourself like a business loan and things like that to get started. And I pretty much know that's what a lot is going on with this whole social media thing, where you see people out here just like flashing everything. It's like, if they really worked for that money, they wouldn't be flashing it like that in the first place. Like with all your designer stuff, calling yourself a business owner. You might be able to make the payments on your loan and have a business name and things like that. And I'm not trying to throw shade or anything, but I'm just thinking out loud to myself of what that success really looks like to me. What does it really mean to have, you know, freedom in your workday or to be your own boss? Oh, there was a lot of nuggets in here. I could have wrote this down in the book, but